Yo guys, Ollie Tat here, and today we are back with another reaction video. It's a bit different to my usual content, so apologies about that. But we are going to be reacting to all LEGO Ninjago intros from 2011 to 2022. Now, not gonna lie, if you've clicked on this video expecting someone reacting to Ninjago for the first time, be a bit disappointed because I've been watching Ninjago since 2013 probably. Probably a bit too old for it now, mine, but yeah, it's just everyone and their nan and their dog has been, and their nan's dog has been reacting to Ninjago on YouTube now, like within the past month. I see. I don't think C Bloom started it, but he's definitely like been the biggest one. And I wouldn't necessarily say people are copying it because I don't think you can really copy reaction content. But I don't know, it's not my place to talk. But yeah, instead of like, you know, reacting like for the first time and trying to figure everything out, I'm sort of gonna try and give you guys that are watching it for the first time, try and give you like some pointers or anything, you know, that's actually happening. So without further ado, we'll jump in. Obviously we've got the classic intro. Also this video is by Marvelly there, go check him out, although I mean, probably, you know, obviously I don't own any of the rights to this footage. But yeah, obviously the OG one, The Weekend with the song by The Fold, who did most of the Ninjago music. Also, if any of you wondering, it's Nia, not Naya. It's just different lyrics. Well, not different lyrics, but different. It starts at a different part of the song this time. So you've got the original 4 Ninja. And obviously we were Nia. And a family photo, sort of. And then this time we see they have different suits, which I believe they gained these suits for mastering Spinjitzu. I believe that's what these suits, because the suits used to actually mean something. It's like in the show they have the original suits which you saw in the previous 2 intros. I should probably move my webcam over here. It's probably a better place to put it. Obviously they have the original suits. Then they got their DX suits, which they got for, I think, being able to ride a dragon. So sort of like belts in like karate and judo. You see these ZX suits, I believe they got for mastering Spinjitzu. Say they're not really suits, but they're wearing minifigure form. The True Potential suits, obviously they got. Well, I guess they're gi or kimono, proper terminology for it, but I'll just call them suits for the simplicity of it. Obviously they got them for yeah, obviously unlocking their true potential. And after that in the series, the suits kind of become a little bit less meaningless, just because, you know, it's fresher, you know, fresh look. Although some of them did have, they were given purpose in the show to say, you know, try and make them unique. As I say, the primary thing of Ninjago is the sets. The show was originally only made to try and promote the sets, but yeah, obviously the show was just trying to promote the sets, just trying to, like, you know, give a meaning to everything. So like the techno suits from season 3 rebooted probably just were a new design, but then in the show, obviously there's going to be spoilers out of this video because obviously I know quite a lot about Ninjago. As in the show, they were given the meaning that the Nindraids can't spot you or something. The Overlord won't be able to detect its facial recognition won't be able to detect her in these suits. Then with season 5 Possession, the suits were apparently made of deep stone, which obviously repels away ghosts and what have you. To be honest, I think after that the suits didn't really have any like sort of meaning. It was just a refreshing look. Like, what use did having new suits in like Hands of Time have, you know? But yeah, that's the reasoning behind the suits. This one, Lloyd, has been added. Still same for original Ninja. But then we now have Lloyd. As you can see, sort of childlike. Again, if you don't want spoilers for the series, I don't really recommend watching this video. Like, to be honest, I don't know why people react to the intros first. It sort of spoils different series for them. Basically, Lloyd is Sensei Wu's nephew. Who, as you can see, comes the Green Ninja. Lloyd is now older. We'll get to that obviously in a sec when he appears. That's right. So yeah, Lloyd is now a proper minifigure. Obviously, before he only had short legs because he was a child. But people said, "Oh, why's he got older and the rest of them haven't?" Is because in one of the episodes in season 2, I can't remember which one, Garmadon turns the ninja into children using the mega weapon, and obviously about the same age as Lloyd. Actually, I think a bit. No, I'm not sure. But, yeah, then in order to return them, they get some sort of magical tea or something, which accidentally gets Lloyd along with the ninja. So Lloyd, I think Lloyd's still canonically a couple of years younger than the other 4 ninja. But yeah, that's why it ages them up, because Lloyd gets caught in it. As you can see here, the Green Ninja is... He doesn't do this at all in the show, but as you see here, he's harnessing the 4 elements of the 4 original ninja. Fire for Kai, Earth for Cole, Ice for Zane, Lightning for Jay. And yeah, different hairpiece as well. Now we move on to Rebooted. The reason it is called Rebooted is because the show was actually meant to end at season 2. The final battle was meant to be it, but you know, people love the show so much they rebooted it, hence why it's called Rebooted. Obviously, the theme of the season is sort of themed around technology. Obviously, got robots or ninjroids as they're called in the show. There, got Wu and Garmadon. That's how it's pronounced, not Garmadon. Or Garmadon, who was obviously, I say obviously, you're probably watching this video if you don't know, but he was the main villain across pretty much everything so far. But Lloyd defeated the Overlord, and that turned Garmadon good, so now he's gone on to become the ninja's sensei and his Wu's brother. You've seen Nia still there. And yeah, this is the first episode after the final battle, hence why the ninja still have their suits from the previous season in this. Actually, they don't get their techno robes until late. I mean, they're wearing their techno robes here, so I don't know why they can't put them at the end. But see, they don't get their techno robes until late on in episode 1. So from now on, for the intros for this season, they'll have their techno robes at the end. Yeah, yeah. For the last one, they still had the techno robes at the beginning, but not at the end. I don't get it. You can see there all different techno robes, which, like I said, apparently hides them from facial recognition technology. Apparently, like, you can still tell who's who. But I guess that's not really the point of facial recognition. Now we have Tournament of Elements. I see each ninja showcasing their powers. As you can see here, Zane doesn't actually appear. He's missing, is all we'll say, if you haven't watched the series so far. Hence why, you know, a missing poster. Kind of there's Nia doing a bit of welding, both the senseis. I've tried. This is such a cursed screenshot. They're all just absolutely gassed, and there's just the missing poster of Zane in the middle. I don't know, it's just a bit cursed, isn't it? Then we have Possession, which is obviously a ghost Halloween sort of themed season. Kai, Nia, Jay, Woo. And people get confused here. They think, obviously, because it's a Halloween themed season, they think Zane is a zombie here. I've seen quite a lot of people think. But he is actually a robot, which we find out in season 1. I think it's episode 7. But, you see, again, spoilers. There'll be spoilers throughout this whole video. So if you're still watching, I'm assuming you already know or just want to find out. Zane gets destroyed at the end of Rebooted. Obviously, the missing poster is Master Chen, who is the villain of Tournament of Elements, advertising that he has Zane. Zane managed to rebuild himself between Rebooted and... I don't know whether... He sort of rebuilt himself, but he also had Pixel's help. Yeah, is he not really going for the human look anymore, just accepting that he is a robot, he is the Titanium Ninja. So it makes him unique. Obviously, Chen kidnaps him, I think, and Pixel, between Rebooted and Tournament of Elements. Yeah, they're consecutive, aren't they? Yeah. Cool. Also, this is probably one of my favourite intros. It's quite morbid that they're in a graveyard, to be honest. I don't think a graveyard appears at all in the season, so I don't know why they're there, but... Next we have Skybound. Again, an interesting little fact here. If you've watched the series, you'll know, or the season rather, you'll know that the order the characters appear in this intro are the order in which they get captured by Nadakan. You see, Wu's first to go, then Misako, and obviously Kai gets captured. Zane goes like 4 episodes before Cole, so I'm not quite sure why they're together. As you can see here, Cole looks different as well. If you don't know, he gets turned into a ghost during Possession, hence why he's got sort of like this transparent glowy sort of feel about him. Yeah, I'm not sure why Zane and Cole are together, because Cole genuinely gets captured like 5 episodes after Zane. Like, Cole gets captured literally the exact same time as Lloyd, so it would make more sense for them to be next to each other, but I don't know. And obviously we have Jay and Nia, who... Well, Nia's really the only one who doesn't get captured by the Jin Blade. But Jay's the only one... I guess Jay does get captured by... I don't know. Well, neither of them get captured by the Jin Blade. Jay does, but not on Nadakan's terms, if you get what I mean. Also, you can see a different here. Nia is now a ninja. She is the Water Ninja, which obviously changes from her being Samurai X, another spoiler, or just, you know, regular world Nia, as has been in previous intros. And then this guy here is Nadakan, the villain of the season. Honestly, probably my favourite season, Skybound, if I'm being honest. I know it's quite unpopular. People don't like it because, you know, it technically never happened. Most of it never happened, but I don't know, it was just such a cool season. I think I got all but one of the sets. I think the only one I didn't get was Tiger Widow Island. And I really was upset about it because that was the only set that had Cole's ghost head. But then in the next wave with Day of the Departed, there's a Lloyd's Dragon set also had Cole's ghost head in, so I got that. Next we have Hands of Time. Between Hands of Time and Skybound there also was a Day of the Departed, but no one really cares. We got Wu. Obviously this season is based around time. The villains are 2 time elementals. They have the ability to reverse, pause, slow down and fast forward time. Can't remember which has which powers, but yeah. You can see Cole now has returned to human form, which was the outcome of the events of Day of the Departed. He still sort of has a remembrance of his ghost form. He's got a scar, green scar on his head. Lloyd's just there. Jay's just there. Zane's still a robot. And Kai here, who's the focuses of this. So, yeah, again, I'm not quite sure which one's which still, because I'm looking at behind them. But the green one's fast forward, the yellow one's reverse, the blue one's slow down, and the red one's pause. Next we have decoded, which to be honest, I forgot what decoded is. I'm pretty sure it's just like, well, the premise of it is the ninja looking back at their previous adventures. I think it actually takes place somewhere during Hands of Time. It's when Zane is knocked out and not functional. When Nea's trying to repair him. I think they're actually looking through Zane's memories. But yeah, the premise of the season is they look back through the previous seasons, hence why the intro is a mixture of previous seasons. It's a compilation of previous intros. So next we have Sons of Garmadon. People get confused there. It says a Will Film production. People think it's a film. It's not. That's just the name of the company that produced it. You can see here, maybe. Yeah, you can see there, Cole and Lloyd, the ninja have... Oh, you can see Nia in the back there as well. And Zane. The ninja have different designs now, which was a consequence of the Lego Ninjago movie, which happened between Hands of Time and Sons of Garmadon. It is explained in the series that, obviously, at the end of Hands of Time, Wu gets lost in time, Sensei Wu. And it's been a few years since then, so hence why the ninja look different. And also, they got older, but the reason they look different is obviously because the whole of last season was, messing with time. Change something, change everything, when it comes to, like, time travel and whatnot. So, I think Cole says, as consequences of time travel, we could look entirely different and we wouldn't even know it. So, sort of breaking the fourth wall there, but that's the explanation behind the design change. It's with, as I see Pixel there as Samurai X. With Sons of Garmadon, the quality is upped a lot, and also probably one of the darker seasons of Ninjago, just the actual themes of it. Obviously, it's still a kid show at the end of the day, but gives you good villains with like real motives and whatnot, even if they are slightly questionable. But yeah. So you've got a silhouette of which is Lord Garmadon there, hence the series name Sons of Garmadon. And also people do get confused. Garmadon does have a son. It is Lloyd, but that's not the reason. I mean, it sort of is, but the reason it's called the Sons of Garmadon is because the villain group or gang is called the Sons of Garmadon because they aim to bring Lord Garmadon back from the dead, but only the evil parts of him. Next we have Sons of Garmadon. The usual intro score was replaced with Built to Protect. I'm not quite sure which episode this is for. I think it might be the one after Garmadon beats the crap out of Lloyd at a Cryptarian prison. That will make sense because Lloyd's pretty much almost dead after that. And a more epic, again, I'm not sure which episode this is. I'm assuming it's for the last episode of the series, so it makes sense. But again, you wouldn't really notice that, would you? And you see, you notice a complete different song, but I never noticed that. You see, there was a slight, more epic version of the song. Next, we have Hunted. People think these are vampires or something. To be honest, I'm not. I think they are just humans, but this side of the season is sort of like a Mad Max sort of theme, like Lost in the Desert with like, I'm not quite sure how Mad Max is because I've never seen it, but if I say that, I think you guys get what I mean. In this season, I say at the end of the last season, Sons of Garmadon, the ninja actually don't win. So you see here the city's in ruins. Lloyd and Nia hiding. It's basically what they do for the whole season. They just sort of hide and plan out the attack. Of the three... Is that the only ever time Ultraviolet wears the red one? I think that might be, because usually that's Mr. E's thing, but he gets destroyed this season, doesn't he? So, I don't know. And the reason for this shot is because the two sets of characters, obviously you've got Kai, Lloyd, J, and Zane. Not Kai, J, Cole, and Zane is the correct order. They're in one sort of realm, and Lloyd, Nia, and the other heroes are in the other realm. So sort of on like two sides. Well, there's 16 realms, so it's not necessarily two sides. But you can't really have like a... Don't even know what a 16-sided shape is, but basically they're in two different worlds, hence why they're on either side of the chain. Yeah, the reason season called Hunted is because obviously Lloyd and Nia are being hunted by Garmadon and the Sons of Garmadon. They actually believe that they have killed the other four, the original four, but they managed to escape just in time to the other realm. And I'm pretty sure Lloyd and Nia also believe that the other four are dead. So Lloyd and Nia are being hunted by Garmadon, the Sons of Garmadon, and the original four end up in the land of the dragon, Oni and Dragon, where those people that people mistake for vampires, they hunt dragons. So that's why the season's called Hunted. And obviously Garmadon breaks through the chains here. And this March of the Oni, this intro sort of again goes back through all the seasons. So we've got the pilot here, so Garmadon, Nia, the skeletons. Next we have, obviously, Season 1, the Great Devourer, Garmadon with the 4 weapons. Then Season 2, the Stone Army, Lloyd with the Golden Dragon, the Temple of Light, the Overlord. Season 3, rebooted, you got Pixels in, as he's sacrificing himself, the Technoblade, Borg Tower. Season 4, Sensei Garmadon, Anachondri Chen, the Anachondri Cultists. The Ghost, Season 5, we see Nia beating the Water Ninja, Morrow, and the City of Styx. I'm not quite sure what this bit references. There's Misako, there's Klaus and the Temple of Light, I believe. And that looks like Wu in the first Spinjitzu Master's Armor. I have absolutely... I've watched Ninjago since... Not since it came out, but, pretty much, comparatively, 20... Came out in 2011, I think I've been watching since, 2012, 2013. I have no clue what this shot is referencing. I don't think Wu ever wore the first Spinjitzu Master's mech, or used the mech. I'm not quite sure what Klaus has to do with that, or the Temple of Light, but, sure. The mech did come from the Temple of Light, but I don't think Wu ever used it. You see, next you have Skybound, J, and Nadakan, Hands of Time, Sons of Garmadon, then Hunted. And then at this point, a new studio takes over, production of Ninjago. It actually changes from Ninjago Masters of Spinjitzu to just Ninjago at this point. So technically we're starting a new show that's not Ninjago Masters of Spinjitzu, but it does still technically carry on from there. And intros change from this point as well. It's not introducing the characters at this point, it's sort of, this is what happened in the last episode sort of thing. So it just shows you clips from the last episode throughout the intros. So I think this is from the last episode of the Fire chapter, I believe. Obviously the Ice chapter comes straight after. I think technically it's one giant season, both the Fire and the Ice chapter. I think each chapter's 16 episodes long, I think. Also at this point Ninjago goes from 22-minute episodes to 11-minute episodes, it's halved. And honestly it just feels like it goes too fast, each episode. But yeah, I also believe this is from the last episode of the Ice chapter. I might not be. After that we have Prime Empire. I'm not quite sure what it means from the original shorts. I haven't seen them. This season is video game theme. Actually, where it's showing video games here, it would show obviously clips from the last episode. But obviously, because it's from the shorts and not the actual series, it doesn't. And now is the proper intro, where it, actually shows stuff from the last episode. Yeah, and this one is from an episode called Ninjago Confidential, where basically the premise of the season is most of the ninja going to go into an arcade machine, into sort of like a virtual video game world to rescue Jay. But because Zane is a robot, he can't go in there because it'll mess with his program, so he has to stay behind. So he stays on the actual real world to try and find out what's going on. And in one episode, for some reason, he just becomes like an LA noir sort of detective. Hence why it's all in like black and white and jazz sort of thing, so LA noir type of thing. Like a jazz rendition of The Weekend with.
Ninja.
Next is Master of the Mountain again. Nothing really to say here. Again, it is just showing clips from the last episode. Yeah, it's not really show you what happened last episode. Yeah, it does, but it doesn't really tell you because you don't get any context. Yeah, there was an instrumental version for one episode. I cannot tell you why. It's probably on Ninjago Wiki as to a reason why. Next is the island, which wasn't the island like 5 episodes as well. Next is Skybound, again showing you clips in the last episode. You could sort of treat the island and Skybound as one season, because the island is like 5 episodes and Skybound's still like a proper full-length season. And it's pretty much the same storyline. Like I don't understand what the island was. Like to this day, I'm still not sure on the reason behind it. And finally we have Crystallized, which is, I believe, season 16 or 15. I think 16. The final season of the Ninjago storyline, the one that's obviously been going since 2011. So there was Ninjago Masters, there's been Jitsu and Ninjago, the 2 different shows, but it's still the same storyline. There's not really much context given these ones because it doesn't really show you anything besides the clips from the last episode. And I'm not going to tell you what happens in the episode because obviously that's for you to find out. I'm just explaining why the intros are the way they are. And Crystallized was split into 2 halves. This is from, I believe, the first episode of the second half after the main, well, not the main villain of the series, but the second main villain did their big reveal. So it's sort of like a creepy, spooky sort of intro. I think that's the reason why it is. It is how it is anyway. That is all the Ninjago. Hang on. That's all the Ninjago intros. Hang on. Advert. Hang on. Aldi advert. Hang on. I will show you the final Dragon's Rising intro, which is a new story, a new show. Here. So it's still the same characters with new characters introduced, but yeah, it's a different show. I think it takes place years after Crystallized, probably. I don't know how many, but yeah. But yeah, Dragons Rising is a new sort of like different show. Yeah, I think to be honest, that's all I have to say. I hope that I've made things clearer to any of you reactor people or people watching Ninjago for the first time. People who just like Ninjago. I know it's not my usual content, but Ninjago reactions are popping off on YouTube at the minute, so I thought I'd get myself some easy views, you know. Yeah, if you don't see me react to anything, then I'm not going to react to the actual show, A, because I've already seen it like 4 times, and B, I'm not going to show how I would, because I don't know how to like avoid copyright and stuff. But yeah, I hope this video's helped if you're looking for any of that information. Not my usual content, but I'd like the views, please. Yeah, if you guys did enjoy it, be sure to drop a comment, subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.